Hi ladies, Tara here, your personal stylist and confidence coach at VoomVaya. I'm coming back to you this week with 5 great staple style tips to help you get your confidence back, your sexy back, and that VoomVaya. So I am super excited to share with you this first tip of 5. So one of the easiest ways to look pounds thinner, taller, slimmer, you name it, is by showcasing your style skinny bits. And yes, ladies, we all have them, and I'm going to share with you. Super easy, and all you got to do is do a quick little style check before you walk out the door and make sure those little style skinny bits are showing. So we have 4 primary areas that we consider your style skinny bits. One is going to be from your earlobe to around your décolleté area or your chest area. So one of the best ways to look taller and slimmer is by simply adding a V-neck or a scoop neck, or you can simply add a necklace if you have a high neck like I'm wearing. Tip number 2 is just simply push up your sleeves. By showing from your elbow to your wrist, you immediately bring in your waist and look 10 pounds thinner. I kid you not, it is one of the greatest optical illusions. Number 2 with our skinny bits is make sure you showcase that waist. Now, I'm not saying wear a crop top like I'm sporting, but what I am saying is make sure that the silhouette of your waist is showing, either with a great pair of high-rise jeans, a cool belt, maybe it's a little detail on your shirt, but don't wear something so oversized that it gets rid of your waist completely. And last but not least, from knee to ankle, you really want to have a nice taper, either with a pair of skinny pants, straight leg, but something that just showcases that you have a nice slim calf and ankle. So the goal is showing at least 3 of those 4 areas. You want to showcase 3 of the 4 quote-unquote style skinny bits so that you can look taller and slimmer in seconds, guaranteed. But I'll tell you, my favorite trick is definitely pushing up the sleeves. So with the holidays right around the corner, I think you're gonna love this next style tip. I often hear from ladies that they hate posing in a family picture because they don't like the way they look. 2 common complaints is they always say that they look fat or heavy, which I hate that word, but that's how they feel, and they can't stand the double chin that they sometimes get. So I wanna first talk about the double chin part. The easiest way to eliminate a double chin in a photograph, and this is a model trick, believe it or not, is when you're standing for your photo, you're going to actually push your head out just a tiny bit like a turtle. You can kind of see that I'm doing it now. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see. And I promise you, I know it feels weird and it feels super uncomfortable, but it works. So what you're going to do when you pose for a photo is just push your head out just a little bit like I'm doing right now. You can see it's very subtle, but I look like a little turtle popping my head out. But what that does is it creates a stronger silhouette and jawline and alleviates the double chin. You also want to take pictures more from above than from below. Anytime you have your photographer taking a picture from higher up, a higher viewpoint advantage, you're going to look taller and slimmer as well. Last but not least, how to pose in a photograph to look your very best. So, nothing fancy in my background, but the very worst way to take a picture is straight on. Photographs are not 3-dimensional, and so this looks very flat and very wide. What you want to do, depending on which way your camera is and which way your group is, you want to take your hips and you want to angle them slightly to one side. Left, right, doesn't matter. So anyway, you go from straight on to at an angle, okay? Just a slight angle. Then what you're gonna do, leave your hips in place, but rotate at the waist, and then relax your front knee and let it lay forward. Trick number, 2 or 3 in there is then you wanna kind of pop your booty out, which means you're gonna arch your back just a little bit in there. So you can see my little booty sticking out. So let's go through that again. You go from straight on, which is worst position, to a slight angle. You can see what I'm doing here. Leave the hips in place, turn at the waist, and relax that front leg so it has a slight bend. Then sometimes you can put a nice hand on your hip. You don't want to put it here on the fullest part. You want to put it on a skinny part, which would be your waist. And shoulders back and a little booty out, little arch in the lower back. So those are all the tricks to looking your very best in that next family photo. Also, let me add, when you're standing here, you also want to hold in your tummy and raise at the core. That'll actually lift you up and again, make you look taller and slimmer. Alrighty, so tip number 3 during our new style segment is dressing for your body shape. Now, I'm going to talk about probably the most common body shape and how to dress for that one. And then later on, I'll be talking about all the rest in a future series. So stay tuned and don't forget to like, subscribe, and show some love to VoomVaya if you're loving this content. So one of the most common body shapes, especially when going through menopause, is what we call a triangle. Or if you think of it as an upside down potato chip, a pear, there's so many different analogies, but essentially what we're talking about is being fuller in the lower body, perhaps in the midsection and your derriere, and then being a little bit smaller or more narrow in your bust and your shoulders. They're basically creating a triangle shape, fuller on the bottom as you become more narrow on the top. So the best way to dress for that particular body shape is actually really, really simple. The first thing we want to do is make sure everything on the lower body is of a solid print, typically, and of a darker color, because dark recedes and make things look smaller. Also, the lack of patterns also keeps things looking smaller and trimmer. When you add pattern or brighter colors, things get bigger and fuller, which is the opposite of effect that we want with a triangle shaped body. Then, my favorite part is dressing the upper body. And that to me is the most important because that's where your beautiful face is. So with the upper body, that's where you're gonna wear your lighter colors, your bolder patterns, you're gonna accessorize more and bring all that attention to making the upper body look a little bit fuller, bring the attention up to my favorite place is looking at your face, right? And we minimize the lower body with the darker colors and the lack of pattern. So between those two tricks, you should be able to create wonderful balance for that triangle silhouette. Last but not least in our style series is probably our biggest complaint, and that's weight gain in the tummy and how to dress and what to look for, maybe let's say in a great pair of jeans or a great pair of pants. So one of the first tricks in camouflaging a tummy, especially going through menopause, is a great pair of high-waisted jeans. Now, I know some of us are thinking, I'm never gonna wear those high-waisted jeans, those mom jeans. Well, let me tell you, don't knock it till you try it. Some of my favorite brands are Wit and Wisdom, Good American, and Not Your Daughter's Jeans. A great pair of high-waisted jeans is gonna camouflage and tuck in all that area and give you support in that tummy area that perhaps might bother you, as well as be stylish, functional, and comfortable. The other thing you want to look for if you have a fuller tummy is you want to have a longer zipper. A shorter zipper on a pair of pants or trousers or jeans is actually going to make your tummy look bigger and fuller. Typically those longer zippers are going to come in, guess what? Your higher waisted pants. Then what you do is you take a simple blouse that loosely fits over the top of the jeans, maybe right in between the crotch area and where the waistband would be. That halfway point is such a nice point to give you that little bit of camouflage, but not be so long that it looks too big on you. When it comes to a great pair of fitting jeans or trousers, obviously fit is the #1 key, and that's why I really love a high-waisted pant for anyone that's suffering from that frustrating menopausal tummy. It really helps get rid of the muffin top. It gives you the support and just hugs your curves in all the right places. So the other thing you have to think about is comfort. You know, I want you to make sure that the fabric is comfortable, it has a little bit of stretch, it allows you to move and isn't just gonna feel like it's suffocating you. Also, make sure your pants and trousers are tailored to the appropriate length. if we leave a lot of excess fabric at the bottom where they look like they're too long, that's also gonna create the illusion of extra visual weight. So spend that extra little bit of money and get your pants properly tailored to fit you. So I hope that these tips help you feel sassy and sexy and stylish. I love helping you get your VoomVaya back, and I'll be seeing you soon with more style tips. All right, I couldn't leave our style tips without one last little bonus. And believe it or not, my absolute 2 favorite tips for a stylish, confident woman in or out of menopause is 2 things. It's confidence, and believe it or not, it's showing off your shape. Do not be afraid, ladies, to show your shape. I'm not saying having your bits and bops all hanging out and things too tight and you're feeling like you're squeezed like a sausage, but I do mean creating a strong silhouette and showing off and accentuating those beautiful curves that make you the beautiful, gorgeous, sexy woman that you are. I know so many of these things that happens to our body during menopause is frustrating. I mean, I feel like there isn't a day where my tummy doesn't look like I ate a loaf of bread, but I promise you, wearing oversized baggy clothes is not the answer. Take the time to find clothes that fit you well, that are comfortable and functional. Let's start losing the sweatshirts and oversized clothing and start embracing the beautiful you that you are. I know that menopause is this new stage of life that we're all trying to get through, probably 10, 15, 20 pounds heavier than we were in our 20s and 30s. But I promise you, showing off a strong silhouette, showing off your shape, being confident in the amazing, brilliant woman that you are, let me tell you, that is beauty. That is sexy. All right, until next time, don't forget to show VoomVaya some love, like, subscribe, follow, and I'll see you soon.